city staff meeting on TV. Or they could go to our website at www.city-buffalo.com and they can ask a question that way. The other thing that we have been doing to open up city government to citizens is we meet with neighborhood associations or block club groups all over the city of Buffalo on a regular basis. And we call it bringing City Hall to the neighborhoods. And it's not just me that comes. I will come with commissioners, with directors, with building inspectors, and others, and we will, for an hour and a half, 2 hours, just take all of the questions that citizens have that come to those meetings, and then what we try to do in a 2-day to a 2-week period of time, follow up on all of those issues. We then publish the minutes of those meetings, all the questions that have been asked, and we then will send those minutes back to the neighborhood leaders so they can actually see everything that was asked, and then everything that we react to, that we respond to, that we address. You know, if there's a pothole here and we fix it, we'll send that back. If there's a street sign down and we replace it, we'll send that back. If there's an overgrown lot that needs to be cut and we cut it, we will completely respond out to the community what we have been able to do as a result of the community meetings and people telling us this is what we want to see in our neighborhoods. And instead of them having to come to City Hall, we bring all of these people that work in City Hall right to them at one place in their neighborhood where citizens come up. It's not us talking to them, it's us telling them what issues are, what concerns are, and the things that they want us to work on. So those are some of the things that we try to do to involve people in city government, to educate people about city government, but ultimately and most importantly to empower people to get things done in their own neighborhoods.
Going back to the city's poverty plan, recently there has also been notification. We saw your picture in the paper, so we know you were in D.C. This stimulus package, is the poverty plan supposed to be in effect, or is it possible that the workings of the poverty plan might be able to be assisted through the stimulus package, and can those things actually flow like inside the inner part of the community, in the hood?
Absolutely, and a brilliant question. The poverty plan, again, was something that my administration said we were going to do. Prior to Byron Brown being elected mayor, in the 12 years of the last mayor, there was no poverty plan in the city of Buffalo. No one ever asked for one, no one ever talked about one. Prior to that mayor, for the 16 years of the mayor before him, there was no poverty plan. The poverty plan and the idea of having a poverty plan was the idea of this administration. And to hire a deputy mayor who would have as one of the items in her portfolio working on building a plan to collaborate with other entities that should be involved in trying to reduce poverty came from this administration. And one of the things that we realized after the president announced that there was going to be a stimulus package, and after the stimulus package was planned, was that that could be a part of our poverty plan. So we didn't want to release a poverty plan before we integrated how the stimulus package could be part of that, and how the stimulus package and any resources we get could be intelligently directed to help lift people who are in poverty out of poverty in this community. So that's one of the things, once we release the plan, that people will see that it will tie into the stimulus package. Now, we have already made stimulus requests to the federal government. Myself and the county executive put in $1.9 billion in funding requests. Of that $1.9 billion, $622 million of that is in the city of Buffalo alone. Now, we have also met with community groups, we've met with members of Congress, we've met with our state legislators, we've listened to our city council members, and we've identified some priority projects that if those could be funded, that would really help us to put thousands of people to work in this community. That priority project list is about $157 million. So we have been in Washington, we have been in Albany talking about the stimulus package. Our folks that are working on drafting the poverty plan, who have met with dozens of groups and dozens of individuals and organizations, are integrating, focusing on poverty with the stimulus and how some of those dollars